with our final game of the day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as we'll see here probably hopefully another good game of Dota2. Thunder Predator, again, still searching for their first win of the group stage after Creepwave bested them in game 1 and found their first.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
There we go. Lots of GLHFs coming through, though. Always very lovely to see. All right.
I'm just trying to think. The problem for Thunder Predator here is that even if they get an engagement on the Slark where he doesn't manage to dark pack the first stun, there is still the possibility of the Winter Wyvern just turning the entire team fight around. And the Shaker as well, actually. This is... They're going to need BKBs for the Shaker, and even then, but it's so hard to kill the Slark this game, and even if you kill the Slark, this Ember is going to be running amok. You have a lot of stuns, but also a lot of targets.
Yeah, a lot of targets that we're going to need to hit. Woo, starting off with brown boots on the position 5 Tidehunter. I think this is the right move to be making, especially considering the lane, to make sure you're not just feeding damage and over level 1 Gush already learned. So just the move speed slow to try and prevent them from getting too much out of the lane. Especially when we'll be bullied up towards the high ground.
Enabling the TA to trade more as well. So the one benefit I see for Thunder Predator here is that they have a Leshrac who's going to be relatively unbothered in the laning stage. And then afterwards, he is the king of the tower pushes. Like, even if the Diabolic Edict got nerfed a little bit, there is no good way really for Creepwave to engage into him. He's got a lot of powerful reactive abilities on his allies standing behind him.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Wyvern kind of needing to have skill points, at least 2, I would say, in Splinter Blast to be able to push waves from a safe distance, because Hancha's going to want to be farming camps or you know, doing other things around the map as he dodges this matchup. Fishmen might just die, speaking of him for first blood. Frank, though, did tank a tower hit. Crystallis might be able to get a kill in return as the Fairy Fire is consumed. He'll be fine. Crystallis focusing on heroes rather than couriers. He's going to continue giving chase here. And now he's finally going to kill the courier. Plenty of stacks of the attribute shift. Yeah, I was going to say, Thunder Predator, don't dare fight him now. He's a bit too strong. But at least it's first blood here in favor of TP.
Got a lot of value out of those trades there, especially over on the Willow, who doesn't have a salve. Yeah, he's gonna go again.
Yep,
One, you're level 1. Use that Shadow Realm, you don't have it.
Pounce and find him. Bramble Maze ready to go. Not gonna do a whole lot here. Oh, there's level 2 now. Minos, yeah, taking almost a full static link. I think it's 34 max at level 1. Woo doing a good job, though, just being very annoying here, although he may pay the price now. That's a very good fissure, and with that level 1 plasma field, they easily pick up the kill there onto the Tidehunter.
And much like the disruptor in the first game, I feel like he's mostly here to act as a lightning rod. Just don't hit my safe laner, please, and maybe we can get the safe laner into a position where we can actually contest you. But yeah, he's going to have to try and stop pulls like this, for example. How do you do that without getting killed? It's going to be so hard.
You spit on a Mar. Is at least he's got range. He's got range, and I wonder. Yeah, he's gonna go Anchor Smash. It's not easy for Wu. It's not easy for Wu. This is something I see a lot for SA teams. Well, they'll take a pick early on, and then they'll just throw it onto one of the supports.
This is good damage, though.
This is good. Yeah, minus armor galore as Mar will turn, get good damage onto Wu. Steal plenty of it right on back. Yeah, a lot of minus armor. What's it? -3 on Gush, and then 4 on Meld, is it? 5? Yeah, -8. Good luck. That is just simply too much for almost anyone in the game.
Yep, and Razor not actually famous for his armor, so he already goes into negatives with just the Gush applied.
Wancho! Fairy Fire will keep him alive, and he had a water bottle as well. That was pretty close, though. Pretty close.
And the problem for Alesh in this matchup is that if you want to take off the Flame Guard, you're going to have to hit your stun, and your stun is very, very, very telegraphed. That said, if Hansha is going to continue taking your right clicks like that, I guess he's not going to be pushing the wave very hard.
Yeah, especially if he misses the Searing Chains. That was unfortunate. Prompting the voice line of the Leo style. And they get a kill top as well. 72's damage here. 1-2 build here for Omar. And I suspect a good fissure there that was going to find a kill onto the Templar Assassin. Not enough levels here. Yeah, 1-1-1 sampler build right now for the Templar Assassin, and that's not going to be enough refraction charges to live very long in this lane.
No. I mean, rough choices between the side blades and the refraction. Of course, the meld is very useful for actually going for these kill attempts and these harass attempts once your Tidehunter enables you, but man, if it doesn't work out, it feels so sucky.
Did you catch that, by the way? The Creepwave were chasing for a kill a little far onto Moose, who kind of dragged them all the way up by the ward spot over the river. And then Moose TP'd away, and then Crystallis TP'd from this ward spot next to the river to the tier 1 tower to not miss any CS. Very funny. Love to see these like efficiency plays. It's too far, I'll just TP.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get killed anyway, right?
No, absolutely not. We shall see. At least for the next while, knowing that Moose had to TP all the way home, yeah, you'll be fine. I'd be surprised if the Sanking gets a solo kill here.
You won't, and I imagine that we'll see Moose occupied more with making stacks in the triangle as well than helping the Sanking lane.
There's
Going
level
on
2
a
Gush. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if Melt hit there or not. Didn't look like it did. It went on cooldown, so I assume it just missed. So Minos a little bit unfortunate there, but Wu will be able to stay alive. Alright, Leo style. 2-1-2 builds, so not maxing Edict straight away. Of course, it's probably going to be the first skill maxed, but just looking at least to apply a little bit more pressure and rip through that Flame Guard in level 1 a bit easier, as well as nuke the waves. And there's level 6.
Now we need to at 6. Yep. Immediately runs him down.
Needs to be a bit careful, though, of course, with the Creepwave pretty low on HP. What's going on over here? Chuvash. He'll be fine. Just a casual Sage's Mask here for Wu. Yeah, that's not going to be enough, especially with plus 72 damage. Down he will go. Chuvash gets the kill there. Amar continuing to fight versus Minos, but Minos with now level 2 refraction.
Who's waiting on mid?
Difficult. Yeah.
Very close.
Stun's gonna miss. Stun is going to miss, unfortunately. Not from the Bramble Maze. Chuvash is nearby. Doesn't have a lot of HP, but just with one fissure, he could very easily find a kill. As the kills will occur down bottom. Fisherman staying alive, as it's going to be Frank getting the kill into Crystallis. So I don't believe Crystallis. Oh, he does come out there with a permanent magic then. Moose. Okay, also mid lane, Chuvash is going to die to the Pulse Nova. Sancha got a little bit too distracted chasing down Moose. Curse Crown there is going to stop him from collecting anything.
They keep on dying. Like, I just wanted to say, right, Leo Style got his bottle refilled by the TP to the mid lane from the Tide. So that's going to enable him to actually make plays with that level 6, and he was waiting there. He even ferried himself a clarity because he just had to wait so long until he could do anything. But now the level 6 is up on Hansha, so the threat from this Leshrac is quite a bit less, at least in the kills department.
Speaking of level 6, Frank as well hit level 6 in this lane a bit earlier than Crystallis, thanks to him getting the kill. And he just casually starts casting Epicenter, no longer a channel, but he started the cast animation.
Of course.
And that got Crystallis to back up. He's like, oh, okay, I don't want to fight you here then.
Keeping him honest.
Yep, nice. Gush there. We'll keep Amar off of Wu. Just 22 damage stolen here. 1-3-1 build now on the Raze. A casual point in the Storm Surge now for that bonus speed to be able to close the gap and keep up with Wu. Minos,
and if you look at the net worths here, Minos is actually at the top of the chart, so in spite of MJZ having a very rough lane, he has done his job.
Okay, there
all this harassment on his Gary's back.
Oh, Fisherman's gonna live! Unbelievable! Alright, I mean, he's not gonna live, but he lived through the full Epicenter. Crystal's trying to turn, but try as he might, unfortunately, he's not level 6. So he didn't get that regen, just getting a good pounce away from the fight as Wu top lane. As you say, the lightning rod in this lane for Amar will be, I want to say, the second death now for him. Yeah, the third death now as Amar goes 3-0-1. So this Razor, despite not really shutting down the TA, off to a pretty respectable start.
And it looks like he's going to get quite some damage in onto the top tower in the next couple of minutes as well. While in the meantime, Hansha is chasing down Leo Style. This is risky.
Yeah, especially because Leo Style ends up with a DD rune. There's plenty of damage, daring him to come back to the Remnant as Moose continuing to fight him. Hansha, though, realizing he can actually kill Moose, and in fact, with Leo a bit too far away, he can just simply TP away. There he goes, back to the tier 1 tower. Safe and sound. I like that Leo Style just waiting on the Remnant. And we'll continue to wait. As for now, Hansha not going to give him the opportunity to set up for the kill onto the Remnant. But he does need to hurry back to mid lane because this tower is falling fast. There's that third points now in Edict. And yeah, Leo Style getting to work on that tier 1.
Yep. As you can see, Edict might have gotten nerfed, but it's still one of the best tower killing abilities in the game.
Yeah, and you can't even put pipe on your tower anymore to help you with it
Yeah.
anymore. That's not that big of a deal, but just interesting nonetheless. As Wu, yeah, he's going to be dewarded there. That always feels bad. A fresh ward right in front of enemies. It's never going to be too fun. Minos up top lane, currently up in the meld. Amar not having any detection though. And is going to just nick him here though. 117 stolen damage. Eye of the Storm as well, but again, right back into the invis he goes. We have another plasma field here in a couple of seconds. There are TPs coming though. This one's going to be Moose. We have more refraction though. Oh goodness, Moose just getting off the refraction in time, but it's not enough. Tried to fight him through Eye of the Storm. And here's Wu. Wu's going to be a little bit too late as well to help out, if that was his goal. Amar thought about going for another static link, but the pathing would have been a bit messed up. But here's now BZM, pardon me, best zoomer mid, who is going to be able to get this kill onto Wu Dota. Best zoomer mid bottom. Epicenter for Frank. Yeah, it was a bait though, because it's not max burrow strike, so you wouldn't be able to get off Epicenter. But you did trigger a
There's a
TP from
sentry here.
Okay, Shadow Dance used aggressively. Now we're going to go for the Epicenter. Rooted up here, but he still gets off the ability, of course. Crystallis full healing, though, as the Epicenter pulse is not doing much to stop BZM. Going to continue to chase down Frank. There comes a TP, courtesy of Wu Dota. Does not have Ravage, though. Only level 5 right now on the support Tidehunter. But he will be at least able to scare away. The Ember Spirit is completely out of mana.
Frank clearly knowing where the sentries are in this lane, choosing a spot exactly outside of range of both of them.
Mar, is he really going straight PKB? I like it, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's just going straight PKB. I like it.
Best plan in this game is the most survivability you're going to get, especially with all of these disables on the table. And once again, his job is to simply stay on top of the enemy carry and survive. If he does that, he does his job. His team's going to do all of the damage.
It's looking pretty good for them so far, if that's the plan, as we steal a little bit of gold away from Minos. Amar, yeah, he'll just go for a quick static link here, but there's now Frank with the Blink Dagger to close the gap, and even Leo Style with a cheeky little Earth Splitter. Oh, but it's the neutrals, the Satyr Tormentor that gets the kill onto Amar.
Yep.
Just with a simple right click it must have been.
Chill, baby.
Unfortunate.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah,
Interesting to see Leo Style here. He didn't actually finish off the mid tower. I guess it was just too good to pass up the opportunity to kill Amar.
Well, he's dead. He didn't get the kill, but he is dead at least. It's bottom now, Crystallis. He's not too unhappy to lane versus the Tidehunter, though, is the problem. One of the biggest reasons probably the Tide had to be downgraded after the Slark came through. Careful, though. He's got Ravage, but of course hard-pressed to find that one onto Crystallis, especially with Max Dark Pact top lane. A little bit of action going on, as they will find Fishman. Amar getting ran down by Leo Style, but he's got plenty of healing. Ravage will find Amar. Leo Style's going to turn with the right clicks, not enough damage, and Ember Spirit won't be able to pick off Leo Style. They do get Amar, but it's the kill that goes to Wu Dota there. Frank with the Epicenter, thinking about it. Blink Dagger canceled though, so he's going to go right back on in. Wants Juvash, wants them both. Little Echo Slam to try and save his ally. Will be able to do that at least, but he's going to fall himself. That's a cheeky little Echo Slam. I like it. But the Ember Spirit's going to live.
Very scrappy. But yeah, they can feel free to do that because Crystallis was pushed all the way under his tower by MNZ, who right now is the stronger of the two. So no help from the enemy carry. And now Leo Style's back mid. Interesting. I've seen a lot of just straight up BOT rushes, but this Leshrac is looking to finish off the mana boots first.
That is really interesting. That's quite curious. I wonder why. BOTs was what we saw earlier. I forget who played the Leshrac, but we did see a Lesh mid game. BOTs.
Yeah, BOTs, BKB.
Yeah, Kai and Sanj, maybe a Bloodstone. It was a bit of a stompy game. Might have been VP
Eternal
earlier,
Shroud,
GPK.
maybe?
Yeah. Okay, there's the stun. They have good catch onto the Ember Spirit.
Good interrupt.
The fissure there. It's not going to stop the Terrorize, and Ember Spirit taking the scenic route around the tower is going to be finished off by Moose there with the Bedlam. Another two-man stun there is going to easily set up the kill into one. Crystallis trying his best to escape. It's going to have to use the Shadow Dance here, but look who's chasing. It's going to be Frank. Frank, who, by the way, has another stun in a second, will find Crystallis, but during the Dark Pact, Crystallis out of HP, out of mana, but still able to just barely escape. His Ember Spirit, his Wyvern, not as lucky. This Tier 1 tower as well is going to be taken down in the midst of that fight.
Squeaking on out of there. And now we have the problem for Creepwave that all three of their cores really want that first item before they can get going. Amar's item being especially big, seeing as that it's BKB. But yeah, Chrysalis without the extra HP from the Ogre Axe and the full finished Echo Saber in his pocket, as well as the fact that your Ember Spirit, he's got drums, he's sort of ready to do something, but it's been hard to find the opportunities.
Yeah, that's the thing on the offlane Razor. It doesn't really rotate too well. As we'll see now, Wu has got Ravage in 5 seconds. They won't be able to kill him as quickly. They did cancel the TP.
They ditched him.
And yeah, that's going to give Creepwave the confidence to... Oh, okay. Still Ravage because Moose is nearby. But I do believe they still have this Titan or dead to rights. Out from behind now comes Leo Style. Fishman is going to be killed through the Cold Embrace as Amar now finds himself right next to a Sign King with the Epicenter active, being ran down, chased into the trees. They should have him here. And in fact, I do believe they have him dead to rights. A 2-for-1 then. Not a bad trade.
And a tower deny.
And a tower deny. And this voice line as well is quite funny. Mira se malcriado is like, look at that guy in a derogatory name. Kill him! You know, so that's exactly what they did, as they do manage to find Amar a bit out of position.
I mean, that's exactly what you said. Razor not exactly good at rotating. He needs to stay in his place, force reactions to top, force the tower down. He did that, and they do have that space over on the map now, but it is a bit late. This TA has already been farming up a Storm, and they haven't really had the time to play towards her at all. They also have not put any damage whatsoever on this mid tower yet, and Amar is going to come in here now with this Creepwave, but they're already looking for him.
You know, I have to say, Kip, so VP versus Team Spirit was a showcase of top-tier TI attending, you know, Eastern European Dota. VP having never literally lost a match in an ESL Online event as that 5-man roster, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But also, this game actually has kills. It is popping off left, right, and center, and very, very entertaining for a different reason. It's very fun to get a little bit of SA Dota mixed in with EU, because oh boy do they love fighting. And in they go yet again. Stun's not going to find BZM. He's just a bit too fast there. Oh, not fast enough though to grab the haste rune, as he will be dewarded on the cliff. And that should then be Thunder Predator holding onto their T1 tower, successfully defending it.
Get that D-ward as well. At the very least, the benefit with playing from behind with the Slark is of course that you're always going to be able to fight the enemy vision. Make sure you D-ward it, making sure they always have to stab in the dark. But it is nonetheless not a comfortable position. Ideally, you'd want to be roaming right now with the Echo Saber, finding kills.
Whoa, hold that thought. Great Winter's Curse. Stops the Epicenter from going through. The Fear, the Terrorize, though, still finds BZM. And Crystal's now showing up to fight. Fresh Echo Saber, so he's going to chop through one. Yeah, Wu Dota is going to be next. He's got Ravage, but this time the rest of his team actively trying to run away from him. A Fissure, though, is going to stop Moose from making it across the river. He's pound stopped now, caught by Crystallis and killed by the Dark Pact before he could even get that Shadow Realm attack off. And Thunder Predator this time around, well, Creepwave were ready for the jump in. They set the trap. BZM is going to eat the Epicenter. Sorry, he's going to eat the Burrow Strike, but Fishman was ready to counter-initiate. Really, really well done by Creepwave.
Sometimes I guess you gotta wait until the opportunity comes to you. And now they can get the mid-tower. You can also contest this TA, the founder.
Yeah, Minos is just trying to get this kill onto Chubash, but no chance now. It might even find BZM. Here's Leo Style. Finds the stun now onto the Ember Spirit. Frank as well showing up. Still has Epicenter to use if he can find a good one. Fishman on a bad spot as now out comes the Ravage. Amar's going to be the third to fall. And guess who's still alive? It's Minos. He doesn't even die. Unbelievable.
Fraction is an incredible ability, don't you think?
It is. It is. They melted it off of him with the Flame Guard first, and then he just kind of fights through it. My goodness. Templar Assassin. What do we have to do to get rid of you?
Nerf the stack some more. I don't know. At the very least, she's going to have a lot tougher of a time keeping that refraction up once the Slark is on top of her. But right now, of course, he does not have the HP. And he did not have the Shadow Dance ready for that engagement either, so he did not come for the chase.
Not working out too well for him. Minos is farmed, by the way. 10k. No wonder he was able to turn with basically all that ease. Had the team to back him up. Creepwave, at least they get that tower, but I think Thunder Predator, they may look to actually fight off the back of this double damage rune now that Minos has picked up in the river, especially if they can get a couple more of their neutral items online. For now, Ring of Bazzi is good enough for Minos to hold on to.
He is quite possibly going to have this BKB at roughly the same time as Amar. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. Amar is finishing it up right now, getting the highest priority on his team, actually just over in the triangle.
There's going to be a nice pick off onto Hansha, as this time around Frank is going to find him with that Burrow Strike. Down goes the Ember Spirit. But yeah, that is Amar at least now having BKB on the way to be delivered. So that's going to be a big item for them, allowing them to a little bit facilitate fights, well, frankly, just easier than they have been here. But Thunder Predator already really bringing some tower pressure. I mean, minus armor, which doesn't do anything to fear damage, actually. But still, edicts and more physical damage from Minos and the creeps. So yeah, that's a good one. First tier 2 tower taken without really much of a fight. 20 minutes in, an outpost as well has been secured.
They are really waiting for the Diffusal Blade to be finished over on Chrysalis as well. Not gonna hear a squeak out of Chrysalis or out of Creepwave until they've got that finished.
Stun. Go find Wu. Amar now. Force Tap's not going to get him out of range, especially thanks to the slow. And yeah, that is a very easy kill for Amar. BKB, or, you know, even without the BKB, not much really that Wu could have hoped to do there.
Immediate smoke.
This may have been scouted. I believe it was scouted. Wu did get off a ward before he died. So I think, yeah, Thunder Predator know what's coming. Chrysalis leading the charge, though, with this fresh Diffusal Blade on top of the Echo Saber. As he knows, oh, he might be in more trouble this time now. Echo Slam going to be used to try and keep him locked down. Burrow Strike into the epicenter to counter initiate. They have almost got through Chrysalis, but they're going to have a Cold Embrace. Winter's Curse now to hold down Frank, but in comes Leo Style from behind, as now Amar, he's being repelled as well very easily by Minos. The DD rune pops, as now Minos is going to go ahead and pop Amar next. 3 dead immediately for Creepwave, as 5 heroes enter the triangle. 2 will leave with their tail in between their legs, and Hansha might not even be able to make it out here, as they're going to line him up for a second stun, and it's 4 dead.
Another DD rune over on this Templar Assassin, another turn. She is just too tanky right now.
Yeah, wow, that was incredible. I mean, kudos to Thunder Predator. I think Minos goes in there with the intention to do a little bit of baiting there. He was very, you know, eluding target, wasn't he? As there's Frank getting the last little kill there. Because he just knows Frank's right there, ready to counter-initiate. His team's got him, and that is a beautiful fight into Roche and Aegis. As, okay, does he die to Fissure and Creeps? Did he die to the Creep Wave?
No, he definitely gets smacked in the face with the totem there.
Okay.
As he was a little bit too opportunistic there, I think.
I was just saying because they did split the kill. Looks like it went to Fishman and Chuvash, so I thought the Creepwave finished him off. But of course, if the team is named Creepwave, then of course Creepwave finished him, right?
Truth. Yeah, especially the fact that right now they need the damage from the Slark. I kind of didn't count on that. Like, he's always going to have to pop that Dark Pact in order to get to the Refraction immediately, because the rest of his team is not that great at it. Otherwise, it takes too long to get the kill. But that also means that he does not have a Dark Pact ready for the counter initiation. Chrysalis probably going to be AFK farming again until the BKB, and it's such a big contrast to the kind of overly active game that he could play in the first round, which I know he loves. He does not like sitting back.
Unfortunately, Diffusal Blade is does not do 2 instances of damage, so it's not that good at getting through the TA. It's just added to your bonus damage. It's just added to your regular damage per right click. I think there are a couple of things that work like that. Something like Arcane Orb, right, versus a TA, I know, has that interaction. Burning Spears, but for other reasons. There's a couple of other things that like actually will tick down, but Diffusal is not one of them. So not really the be-all, end-all.
Gonna try for again on top.
There they go. Minos this time a bit more isolated. Chrysalis, though, he can't get into the fight. Pounce miss. And Minos, he's going to BKB and try and get through Amar. He's missing a lot of his damage, as in comes Frank now. Can barely get through him, but does have the damage, as now, once again, the Cold Embrace, sorry, the Winter's Curse is only for Frank, and it's a bit late to do much of anything. As down goes Fishman, he will be walked to death by Leo Style. Minos, once again, still alive through it all. Sure, with minus damage. He's doing his best, though, to get through that tower. And eventually he'll be able to assist the Creepwave in doing it.
Yeah, you can just put the Desolator debuff on there, let the creeps do the work. And now you've got your Leshrac again as well. This tower is just going to melt. Excellent, like this TA is leveraging that net worth advantage for all she's worth right now.
Yeah, Thunder Predator now completely flipping the script from game number 1. Find themselves up 10k here, 23 minutes in, 14 to 22. Very, very high tempo match. Love to see it.
And now really the only big problem that they can run into is taking high ground. They don't have the best siege. You're going to have to park either the Lesh or the TA, or possibly both very close to the enemy tower. A long fight into a Slark is always a comeback possibility for Creepwave here, but it's starting to look increasingly grim.
Yeah, it's not looking too good here for them, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I think that fight may look different if Crystallis can get in there, but he's just trapped. He's blocked out by the fissure, and Damar can do nothing but just die to the Sand King's damage. Unfortunately, Fishman just a second too late on the interrupts there, and the Burrow Strike damage was going to be proving to be fatal. Leo style now is even tankier. Kaya and Sanj finished. Eternal Shroud, Blink Dagger next, and then he's going to go BOT. So I do wonder if he's going to disassemble the Arcanes into something else.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mar hoping to try and get a Halberd online. That's a good item here. 5-second disarm for the TA. And it's going to go a long way here, especially because these TAs, even in the carry role, don't really build too much differently from how they used to in the mid lane. So no Kaya and Sach, no status resist really. And it's going to be a full 5-second disarm.
And you can see by how Hansha's playing how careful they are right now. They know that if any one of them gets picked off, they're losing base buildings.
They are.
Dire's
They are.
bottom tower is under attack.
I've already lost all the outer towers. Roshan, of course, I believe they actually still have Aegis. They do. They never even got rid of it on Minos top lane. He BKBs on his first life and fights through it. And guess what? He's got another DD rune as well. I'm not sure when this one is set to expire. Maybe in about 30 seconds or so, if I had to guess. So they may look to push high ground a little bit here. 40 seconds left on this Aegis. Your DD rune's going to pop in about 20 seconds.
Double damage.
Or now, actually, as he will activate it
now.
manually. And we'll see if we can get a tower or maybe a pick off. There are heroes missing from
Blink
the
a bit.
base, as Amar is going to find himself face-to-face next with Minos. That's going to trigger all the TPs back now from Creepwave. A little stun there onto Minos with the shard now from Chuba. It's been a while since I've seen that one. No Morphling, though, just him, as Minos. He's got to be careful here. 15 seconds, and that Aegis is reclaimed. He's going to make the rest of this DD rune go to work, as there's the kill. Okay, 7 seconds, and that Aegis would have been reclaimed. Thunder Predator preparing to fight around this one. There's no Blink Dagger, though, for the Tidehunter, just the Force Staffs, and that Force Staff used to get Minos off of the high ground means that they will simply just back up. Crystals, in the meantime, at least pushing down bottom, takes the tier 1 tower.
He was never going to join the fight. They need this BKB before they can do anything, so that was always about how much value can we get out of stalling out the TA right now. And you can see they do have a lot of damage and harass at range. They do have a lot of delay, especially this Earthshaker is such a menace. Yeah, poor Tidehunter here.
Yeah. Poor Tidehunter. He's still having a pretty decent game. First Ravage, even the first Ravage, which was the top lane, I want to say, underneath the tower, ended up being pretty useful, as Crystallis just ducking into the trees will be allowed to leave. Leo Style is going to be a little bit late here if he's hoping to go fishing for the Slark, but they'll throw the scan out anyway. So going to let them know that, yes, indeed, we are too late to catch the Slark.
So, Smoke and D-Ward mission.
See what Creepwave can find. BKB's finished, though, for Crystallis.
Yep.
So they could look to try and fight now. Lots of vision up, though, as they are tailing here. The fish on fish action now, as in they go here on to Wu. There's going to be a Terrorize, but the self-dispel here for Crystals will get him out of a bad spot. Minos, though, immediately onto Chubash. A great cold embrace, though, to stop a lot of the damage from out. BKB for Crystals here, as Wu at least continuing to bait him out. Now they're finally onto Minos. Amar as well, looking to sap the damage. Great Winter's Curse, though, is going to delay this one a little bit longer, but it's now back onto Minos they go. Hansha as well with a BKB active. Minos still alive as well, as they finally get through him. Wu Dota making it out alive here as well, and it looks like PCM as well will be able to just barely TP out in time. The damage was there from Leo Style. They were able to dispatch of the TA Kips, but what of the Lash? What of the Lash and the Sand King?
Absolutely brutal damage. And yeah, there's nothing a Slark can do against this kind of AoE damage. Just going to have to sit there, hope he can regen through. Hansha keeps on doing that.
It really does. It's supposed to be a pretty hard counter, you know? Doesn't really really look like it. Double force staff there,
Radiant's
getting
middle
Frank out of a
tower
bad
is under
spot.
attack.
Woo should be fine here as Chu is going to have to TP right into one. Oh my goodness, what an aggressive blink. Not going to be punished for that one, no. Great fight, though. The Thunder Predator just getting through a very hectic fight. So we'll take another look at, by the way, another DD rune spawns on the river. DD rune number 3 or 4 this game.
The Chrysalis here doesn't quite get off his BKB in time. It's hit both by the Ravage as well as by a significant right click.
Yeah,
They
I
need
think.
to spend everything they have
Mind if I
hitting
do?
down this TA.
And then Leo
Great
Style
BKB
just,
timing from Hansha.
just runs in with so much damage. Hansha, yeah, like you say, and holding on to that BKB. Minos was the first to pop it, and unfortunately, most of that, the reason he wasn't BKB'd in the replay, is because he just kind of got kited around by Fishman. Great coulter embrace. Probably wasn't expecting the Wyvern to be popping up from this area thanks to the smoke play that they ended up making. So good positioning from Creepwave, but at the end of the day, this net worth advantage here. Still proving to be a bit too large to overcome here for Creepwave. Another really long row spawn timer though. 2 minutes and 40 seconds until he's back with Aegis and Shard. It's kind of wild to me that of all the things, you know, Roche, oh, he always has Aegis and Cheese after second one, right? And then they, oh, okay. An Axe Blessing, that's kind of interesting. A Refresher Shard, okay. Aghanim, oh, wow, I'm surprised they removed that one first. Amar, actually the BKB, you know, avoid that Terrorize, I believe. No, he did not reflect the damage in time. Leo Style getting all the damage, so just ran down and killed through the BKB durations. Frank now looking for something, gonna have to go instead for Amar, as there's a Ravage now, which catches Chuvash. Minos is gonna eat him alive now, as Chrysalis is gonna turn now onto him. Minos did not get across here, the chasm though, and now Chrysalis is gonna start chewing into him now under the cover of the Shadow Dance. Minos though, BKB is now turning around, as Frank was able to at least get rid of Fishman. There was a buyback as well here, out from Moose. But Creepwave coming off a lot better off the tail end of this fight compared to the last.
Absolutely. The fact that Amar gets to stay on top of the Lashrack there and actually get rid of him before Chrysalis really needs to engage in the fight means that Chrysalis can go to work. Otherwise, we've seen it before. The magic damage before the BKB, the pure damage through anything that Chrysalis might have, is just too much for him. So, great call from the Razor there. It's still not quite enough, but it will put a little bit of a dent in that net worth.
It does.
And it might put them in a position where they can contest the Roshan once it's up, especially because the Ravage got blown as well.
Yeah, 70 seconds, so a minute and 10 seconds. It's not going to be the biggest timing here for Creepwave. It'll be about 10 to 15 seconds by the time Roche has respawned and Ravage is ready to go. BKBs and all other abilities should be good to go. Yeah, Curse not too long. Epicenter not too long either. Yeah, so it's going to be tight here for Creepwave. Maybe doable, but I don't think we really have that much minus armor, and without the
No,
stacks,
they
yeah.
have nothing. They cannot take it in time.
No, they would not. They would need to get a good pick off here. Haven't seen too many big Echo Slams this game, have we? We've seen a couple.
No, we have not.
Well, like,
But this is not really a lineup that's going to group for you either.
well, speaking of grouping, Creepwave will group up in smoke. They're thinking about going for Frank here. In fact, they're really thinking about it. They're going to commit for it. Okay, not a full duration force or burrow
This is
strike.
risky.
Oh, Frank though will be taken down. Chrysalis able to dispel himself. Now BKB active during the Shadow Dance as they're just both right now on top of Leo Style. Lesh still healing out though, thanks to at least the heart, the Bloodstone rather. Is it to stay alive as Amar finds himself broken? Oh my goodness, he might just die in the river. No, he's gonna be alive for now. But Minos, great usage there on the Hurricane Pike as Moose will be able to find Fishman and kill him off. Minos going hunting now for Amar. Continue to chase with the traps. Amar gonna turn, try and TP away, but there's Wu with the Ravage ready to go. They're missing a couple of attacks, but they'll land the crucial ones. And 3 heroes dead for Creepwave. This one does not go the way they were hoping.
And there is the Roshan for the team that does have the minus armor. The fact that they are not immediately on top of the Lashrack there, well, you can see how much different the fight ends up. Chrysalis actually has to back out of the man fight, and that's where MNZ can clean up. I think they get lucky to get away with just 3 heroes dying and losing the Roche there.
Aghanim Shard now online here for Thunder Predator. It's going to be for Lesh, who's got that splitter. Shard, hold that thought. What is going on here? They just picked off Hansha. Hansha, I thought he was going to do the one wave and back off. He doesn't have buyback kips. I apologize. What?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's cheated death several times now with quickly remnanting or sleight of fisting whenever the instant stun came in, but not this time. Fishman is going to die in another hit.
Yeah, he is. And now how do we get through Minos' refraction charge? He's got the 25 talent plus 8, up to a total of 14 now. He's down go the mid lane of Barracks. Crystals as well being forced away by Wu Dota. Apologies for that. That was instant. I assume this time they managed to catch him with a Burrow Strike. No, Bramble Maze! They got him with Bramble Maze, Kips.
Man, what a way to go.
One way to go, and well, that's maybe Megas. I think by now, Thunder Predator, if there's a buyback that would come from an Ember Spirit, now would be the time. As the last tier 3
He's a
tower
big
standing
part of their harass.
to attack. They're going to have to send in Chrysalis, but he is immediately sent back by Minos with the Daedalus, with plenty of stats as well, just doing too much damage. And there goes the tier 3 tower. Thunder Predator, though, 7 seconds. Pardon me, until BZM is back. They will back up.
So that siege problem I was talking about, that's not an issue anymore once you get to the 8 refraction charges.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you get a free kill into the Ember like that. And guess what? Another DD rune for Minos. Here he goes
It's the 4th.
with Aegis. Crystalis. Oh, he's not going to want to be here anymore. Immediately trying to pounce back home. The stun from Frank just missing Crystalis. Whew. Yeah, just walking that one off. All right, let's play it cool.
Yeah.
Play it cool, Crystalis.
You know, bullet whizzing through your hair.
Yeah, that was terrifying. To think, he was probably, Hansha, how do you get caught there? Almost gets caught basically identically. Oh, wow, Minos, DD active. Down goes one of the Barracks. They protected him nicely. They're going to go around from the side, though. Onto Frank they go. Chrysalis, though, who will he go for? Wants Leo Style, but Leo Style with the Blink
Can't find
Dagger
anybody.
away. He's going to have to settle for someone here as his BKB duration is about to end. Frank, knowing this, and disactivated, not doing any damage. Out comes the Ravage #1, but Crystal's predicting it. The stun's going to find him at least out from 1, as TA has been disarmed for some time. No damage stolen yet, but being
It's a long
taken out of the
fight
fight. Crystalis up to only 11 essence shifts, though, as now they're going to try and focus on the Minos. The curse is good. It holds down Leo Style and zones out Wu for now, and that's going to be the first life at the very least now onto Minos. Life number 2, though, as he looks to respawn, does not have Aegis for a whole minute, but Hansha caught again by the Bramble Maze. It's going to be taken down. Amar doing his best here, but Leo Style just running down Fishman. Chrysalis as well might not be able to escape, especially thanks to the Force Staff. Chrysalis in trouble. Down he goes, but he's got the buyback. As Creepwave throwing everything they have left here to try and repel Thunder Predator, accomplishing that last pair of Barracks to get the Megas.
A buyback but no stacks, and yet normally in a carry-to-carry matchup, all that agi is going to make you more survivable throughout the fight, but you're up versus Leo Style. He does not care about your armor.
Hurricane Pike is so big for Minos this game. Spider legs up to the high ground. Oh, Chuvash, he knows he's coming. We're still holding on to this Echo Slam, Kips. Even in the chaos of these fights, they haven't been able to find an opportunity. Minos in a bad spot. Gets the Force Staff down to the low ground. Put Wu in a bit of an awkward spot. As the Split Earths are keeping the rest of Creepwave at bay. They will live to fight another day here, Kips.
Chu still made a cheeky blink attempt there as well. They're barely holding on to their Rex. I can't believe they're actually still holding on to 1 building here. That should have died somewhere in the chaos.
That was a great fight. Again, I want to say from March, just does a great job distracting Minos. Minos, if he's not on top of Crystalis, Crystalis can fight. He can fight. But as soon as he decides to make the jump back onto him, it was not really the fight he wanted anymore.
And Chrysalis, unfortunately, really getting hindered both by the Bramble Maze as well as by his Earthshaker's own fissures. He really wants to keep the leap in hand to make sure that he can safely disengage, but there is no space for him to do that if he's constantly getting blocked. Leo Styles back.
Great style is. TP is back on in as they continue just pushing waves. We are going for IF Scotty next on Crystalis. I don't think we're going to quite get there, though. It's a bit of a tall ask for him, but he is at least able to collect a couple of more neutral items for his team. Should be all 5 now for both sides. Paladin Sword available for the taking. Spider Legs for the Shaker will help him out a little bit here as well. But they're already into the base here. In they go. Minos in a bit of a rough spot. BKB's active though. There's going to be Ravage #1. They count Hansha with this. Leo Style right on top of him. Down he goes. Still doesn't have buyback on the Ember Spirit. Crystalis getting kited around here a little bit. Finally lands his pounce onto Minos. Minos though with the refraction charge is now ready to go. Meld is going to actually save him. Crystalis no detection. Now finds himself surrounded by 4 enemy heroes as the rest of his team is getting ran down and bodied by Leo Style. Tier 4s are down. Crystalis finally gets rid of this TA. But now he's got to deal with the rest of the enemy team, and he is just blown up immediately. We're still waiting for the Echo Slam. Chuvash at least finds the Willow here, as Amar is going to be the only one left to defend the Ancient here, along with Chuvash. That's going to quickly change, though, as down he goes, caught by the double stuns. Down he will fall. Leo Style just giving the spray and the OG voice lines. As out come even the Chrysalis voice lines, and Amar will throw in the towel. Thunder Predator, they're going to find their first win here in the ESL One Fall Boot Camp Edition group stage as Creepwave and Thunder go one apiece.
Yeah, even result for two pretty evenly matched teams, I'd say. Both of them clearly very capable of playing the momentum game here.